Hello, church. This is Josh, and it's your DUMC daily video devotion for Thursday, March 26, 2020. One of the small silver linings from this quarantine that we've been in the past couple weeks is it's given us all a chance to watch more TV. And the other day I was kind of flipping through and came across kind of all of these old shows from the 70s and 80s, stuff that I grew up with. And I came across one show that I remember being on TBS, it seemed like every single afternoon when I was a kid, that I loved. And that's The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby as Dr. Bruce Banner and Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. And if you know anything about the show, you remember that there was a phrase that Dr. Banner would say before turning into the Hulk every single episode. He would say, "Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry." Now, I don't know about you, but for me, anger is something that I've wrestled with ever since I was a kid. It's something that I still struggle with today. I get angry much more often than I wish I did, and I handle my anger not as well as I know I could a lot of the time. But I made a list for you just so you can get a glimpse of some of the things that have made me angry over the past week or two that we've been kind of stuck at home. So I want to read for you this list. I took 1 minute and I wrote down as much as I could think of, and here's what I came up with. Here's what's made me angry: the COVID-19 virus, social distancing, myself, the internet connection when 5 people are using the internet, myself, food insecurity, hoarders, my dogs, my neighbor's dogs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, myself, my kids, myself, my colleagues, myself, the president, one of the candidates for president, Democrats, Republicans, myself, the air fryer when it started to make a really weird noise, the smell coming from our basement, the puzzle that we started last week for fun, homelessness, poverty, people still gathering in crowds, my facial hair genes, not enough ventilators, not enough masks, not enough Oreos left in the box, and last but not least, myself. Now, here's what I want to say about anger, because we're all kind of in this pressure cooker, stuck at home with the same people all day, every day. We can't leave the house to do very much. The list of activities that we wrote down at the beginning of this is growing shorter and shorter, and so are many of our fuses, no doubt. But here's what I want to say about anger. As you probably noticed, there's a lot of the things on my list of stuff that made me angry that really don't belong there. Stuff that really should not make me angry. At least it's stuff that I know doesn't make the heart of God angry. And so that's one question to kind of ask yourself when you're finding yourself getting angry. Because anger really is, what it is it's energy. It's energy that God gives us to confront injustice. Our hearts get stirred to anger when something is not right with the world. Now, there are some things that aren't right with the world because they're not the way we want the world to be. For instance, it's probably not the best use of my anger to be upset at my dogs just for doing what dogs do. I really shouldn't be angry with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for bringing Tom Brady into the same division as the Falcons. These are not things that make God angry. Well, the Buccaneers may make God angry. We'll have to ask God about that. But ask yourself, is this something that makes the heart of God angry? The prophets tell us, Jesus tells us, Paul tells us that there's a lot that angers God. Mistreatment of the poor, lack of compassion for the sick and the weak, leading people astray. These are things that make God angry. These are injustices that are worth our energy. The other question to ask is, when we do become angry, what does that energy turn into? Does it turn into something destructive? Does our anger lead us to yell and scream and smash puzzles to pieces? That's not a good use of that energy. But God gives us this energy to use in constructive ways, to use in restorative and life-giving ways, to become a part of movements in the world that seek to correct injustice. So over these next couple of weeks, this might be a time to kind of investigate your heart, not just the things that you love, but what are the things in the world that make you angry? What are the injustices that make you angry? Because we don't all have to turn into the Incredible Hulk when we get angry. We don't all have to destroy everything around us. We can, however, use our anger to turn us into something useful for the kingdom of God. So, over the next couple of weeks, you may find yourself getting angry. You may find people around you getting angry. Have patience. Have grace with them as hopefully they will have with you. Have patience and grace with yourself. And then use this time to ask yourself some questions. God, what is it that makes you angry in the world today? And how can you use me to meet that injustice, to do something about it? Maybe we'll come out of this season of quarantine, out of this pressure cooker, ready to do some things that will bring the kingdom of God more and more into the kingdom of this earth. God bless you. God keep you. God keep your anger from turning into sin. And I look forward to seeing you soon.